My name is Dr. Mwanza Mwanza. I work for CIDAS as Director Clinical Care. The title of my presentation is Scaling Up Multi-Month Dispensation, MMD, of antiretroviral therapy in response to COVID-19 in Zambia. So I do not have any financial disclosure or conflict of interest. So the background is the scale-up of differentiated service delivery model has helped the country achieve the second of the UNAIDS 1990 target. And we all know that Zambia recorded the first case of COVID-19 in March 2020. And by then, because of what was happening across the globe, the fear was a possible or total lockdown or the health system collapsing as the number of COVID-19 increased in the country. So this had posed a big challenge or threat to the gain that the HIV program had registered over years by scaling up antiretroviral therapy and improving access to HIV-related services. So the fear was to have treatment interruption among HIV recipients of care. So to address that, our intervention aimed at ensuring that all HIV recipients of care have enough ARVs supply in anticipation of a possible total lockdown or a collapse of the health system in case of a blown out COVID-19 pandemic in the country. So we hypothesized that multi-month dispensation uptake will increase during the period of COVID-19 and treatment interruption will decrease for recipient of care who will receive multi-month dispensation. So scaling up of multi-month dispensation for 3 months for clients who are newly HIV diagnosed, and up to 6 months for those who are stable in care, who maintain ART services for people living with HIV during the COVID-19 pandemic, and will reduce COVID-19 risk related to frequent visit in the health facilities. And the Minister of Health had provided guidance and had released a memo that was guiding implementing partners as well as service provision. So this was in response to that memo. So what method did we use? We ran a script in SmartCare extracting the list of all recipients of care that were disaggregated based on the supply of ARVs that they had based on their last dispensation. So we had a client who had 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, and those who had 1 month's drug supply at that time. Then contact information were extracted and patients were called to indicate when they will come to the health facility to collect their drugs or to indicate where they would like to collect their additional drugs. And this could be either through home delivery or taking drugs at their workplace or using community dispensation point. Then at the same time, we had to do community sensitization, targeting clients who did not have phone numbers. So we use radio programs as well as megaphone with a vehicle going around the community to sensitize recipient of care. Then we also implemented infection prevention measures that goes in line with COVID prevention. We supplied PPEs, hand hygiene supplies. We organize patient flow by limiting entry in the health facilities, fast-tracked client facility. Then patients were allowed in a small group with waiting areas shifted outside, as well as observing social distancing. We also created additional dispensation points in the health facilities. High volume facilities had up to 5 dispensing points. Then recipients of care who were stable were receiving drugs up to 6 months. Pregnant and breastfeeding women, children, newly HIV diagnosed clients, as well as clients who had high viral load were receiving drugs up to 3 months. Then a recipient of care who were due for viral load had their blood sample collected. And those who were unable to come to the health facilities received community delivery either in their homes or at their work place. So in terms of analysis, we define multi-month dispensation uptake as the proportion of patients who received at least 3 months of ARVs between the period of January 2018 to July 2020. Then the treatment interruption was defined as any late ART distribution or clients who were at least 28 days late from their last pharmacy scheduled appointment. This was a retrospective cohort of clients who received HIV care before and after March 2020. Then we analyzed data from 82 facilities within Lusaka province and 24 facilities in Western province. We use a Poisson regression model interrupted time series analysis to evaluate our hypothesis. Then we also use a logistic regression modeling to estimate the odds of treatment interruption for stable patients who receive less than 6 months multi-month dispensation. And we control for gender as well as for age. These are the results. So the table below show the result, the association between the multi-month dispensation duration and other variables of interest and the treatment interruption. Then we have also the proportion of recipient of care who receive multi-month dispensation during the same period. And this was an adjusted model. Then this one was seasonality adjusted model. So based on this result, we reviewed 1,280,000 record from 190,000 patients, range from 15% to 65%. The median age was 55.4, with 63% being female. So you could see that after March 2020, we were able to increase the 6 months dispensation by 18%. And after 2.75 times the odds of experiencing treatment interruption than those who receive multi-month dispensation. So in conclusion, to improve treatment access during COVID-19 pandemic, we scaled up 6 months MMD, resulting in increased uptake of DSD model over a period of 5 months. Then we also had fewer documented treatment interruption for recipient of care. So the results show clearly that the rapid deployment of differentiated service delivery model like the 6 MMD can help maintain essential HIV services during emergencies such as of the COVID-19 pandemic. So this is just some of the references. Thanks for listening.